What is self-defense and deadly force? Now, I'm not an attorney. Uh, I don't really have any legal advice as such, but I want to give you a basic overview of this and some things to think about from a self-defense perspective, at least. If you have to do self-defense, first of all, if this goes to court or someone, if you need to show that it's self-defense, your lawyer is going to have to first qualify for self-defense. So it's not like you just say it's self-defense. They have to qualify before it even gets through the process that it is self-defense. So that's the first step. Typically, you're going to have to not be guilty of a crime in that situation to qualify for self-defense. You're going to have used reasonable force to resist or to resist the attack or to aid in resisting the attack. Reasonable force is something that the jury of your peers would think would be reasonable to use. So like if someone pushes you and you stab them or shoot them, probably not reasonable force, and you're not going to be able to claim self-defense. Some of this is pretty subjective, but some of it just seems to make sense. You can't use excessive force if you want to claim self-defense. So excessive force is anything beyond what the jury or judge would think would be reasonable in that situation. Sometimes you have to have a duty to retreat. So if you want to escape to the farthest point you can before you use self-defense. Typically that's the case. In some places they have the castle doctrine if someone breaks into your home. And I'll talk about that more later. But typically it's just a good idea anyway. Why would you not retreat if you could, before you have to do anything? Because as my one instructor says, your insurance policy goes up with every minute you're in an encounter like that. So bad things could happen to you every second you're there. So the sooner you can get out of there, the better for you. So if you're the aggressor, like if you go up and push somebody or punch them or something, you can't really claim self-defense unless maybe you can if you do this. If you do that, then you say, oh, sorry, no, I don't want to end it. I apologize. What can I do to make it up? And then they start attacking you. But you'll still be charged on that initial assault probably. But maybe you could claim self-defense then, but that's a pretty sketchy subject. So you shouldn't be initiating any attacks. That's not truly self-defense, although sometimes you can claim self-defense after that fact. Now, deadly force. Deadly force, to claim that you can use deadly force, you have to seriously believe that someone will cause you death or someone around you death or serious bodily harm before you can use deadly force. And you also have to seriously believe, or you have to seriously believe that you have to use deadly force to prevent someone's kidnapping or sexual assault to use deadly force. Also, in some states, there's a castle doctrine, which if someone breaks into your house, you can use deadly force. Although in some castle doctrines, in some states, you have to retreat to the farthest point of the house before you can use that deadly force. So that's some legal stuff right there, but to think about this. Isn't it better to protect your house, maybe with a security system or something like that, so that people can't easily break into your house, Think about things like that. Isn't it better to retreat from the situation, have general awareness, not go places where you need to, that are considered dangerous, that increase the odds of you having to use self-defense? That's way better because things could go wrong. So think about that too. And oftentimes, if you carry a weapon, you're not always justified in using that weapon. So sometimes it could be a deterrent just by someone knowing that you have it. But what if they don't care? What if they don't care and they attack you anyway? Maybe they push you, but you can't use that weapon because there's no soft way to shoot somebody. There's no soft way to stab somebody. It's still a lethal intent no matter where you shoot them. You can use your body. So that's kind of the argument of why, if you're going to use weapons, that you should also learn some empty hand self-defense or martial arts or things that work well also. And if you're going to use empty-handed martial arts and weapons, you need to be really good at weapon retention to make sure they can't grab your weapon while you're tussling around, especially if it's grappling like jiu-jitsu or something like that. And just some things to think about, in regard to your self-defense or deadly force. I don't really have any strong opinions about this. I think everybody can do whatever they want to do, but you should educate yourself and think about it. And don't let your weapons or your martial arts put you in situations because you feel confident or cocky that are going to put you in a place where you have to use it. Because then your self-defense and all the things that you're learning are actually making you more likely to get hurt or to hurt somebody else. So keep a peaceful mind and, avoid those places. Think about the things that are important in your life and stay safe. That's the main thing. Learn to get along with people. And then if you have to use it, you want to be trained in it. But if you lead your life right and you go to the right places, most of the time you're going to be pretty safe unless you live in a place that's, a dangerous place. And they're out there too. So do what you need to do and take care of yourself, but be smart about it as well. All right, if you can like, share, and subscribe, we'll keep some more of these videos coming out to you. Thanks.